No time to craft? Hey, it's Care. Welcome to Montauk at the Lake. So I got all this stuff out. I think I showed you. I did a little video. I don't even know if I pulled it off my phone or not. It has been an insane week around here. Just way too many things going on. Inside the house, outside the house, around the house. And I have not had a moment to come in here and do anything substantial. But I have crafted a little bit every day. This helps me keep my sanity just a little bit. Many will say I never really had any. But there was some there, and this helps me keep it. So I pulled out all these colors because I intended to do a project that I had seen online, and I thought, oh, that looks fun and totally fast and doable, and I can do it. And so I got out all my colors and I started it. Well, I didn't watch the whole video. Shame on me. I'll post the results at the end of this video in case you want to see what little mess I made. I went back and watched the video again. Did it the right way. But I've come in here. My room is a mess. I'm going to unplug from the microphone here for a minute. It may not even matter. I'm thinking sometimes. So I keep my book of unwasted paint. This is my composition book of unwasted paint. Here on my chair. Right here. And then next to that, I have my little palette and all my colors out. And every day, once, maybe twice. Today I managed to get in here twice. I did this one this morning and this one just a little bit ago. And all it is a little tiny composition book that I started throwing some acrylic. This is just mostly stuff from Dollar Tree, and the rest is from Walmart. One from Meijer. I got a couple brushes out. I got a couple sponges out. I suppose I could plug this back in. Let's just see. Is there any difference? Do we care that she uses a microphone or not? Anyway, came in. I started throwing paint on it. And it's just going to be a little painted papers book. I glued 3 pages together. And then what I'm doing is just make the decision making non-existent. I picked a color and a second color, 2 colors, and then I picked one of those colors and then used it again. So that first one I used yellow and orange, and then that let me know, well, next time I'm going to use yellow or orange. I picked yellow and green. So I just leave those out. So next time I have literally 5 minutes or less. Let's say 5 minutes, because of course I'm working with acrylic paint, so I want to clean off my palette so it doesn't get junky, and I want to clean up my brush so it doesn't ruin it. So there is some cleanup time. So about 5 minutes. Anyway, I have just come in every day this week, at least once, and put in another layer of colors. One color from this page came over to this page with a new color. One color from this page came over to this page with a new color. Anyway, it's fun. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it just yet. It made me, I'm in my craft room, which is my little island of calm in the chaos that is life, and I'm putting in 5 minutes of throwing paint around, which is one of my favorite things to do. So when I clean up, then I have my composition book of unwasted paint right there ready to go. So I've been filling in pages with that. And again, if you didn't catch it in the other videos, this is one of my very favorite things ever in the whole world. I wish you could feel these pages, but getting them slightly wet just adds something to their texture. And they're just instantly way cooler. But just cleaning off, so you can see this little strip was the clean off this morning when I did that. And I don't know why. Today I decided 3 colors. I wanted these 3 colors. So I did. Broke my own rules. Because rules, schmools. Fuck them. I've had enough, quite frankly, sometimes. So my little clean off there. This little clean off added to that because they're kind of the same colors. I used bright yellow and bright green on this one. And bright yellow and blue. And a little bit of green. I'm going to use green and something else for this next one. But I just want to encourage you, if you have a little corner or a little place that you can leave a few things out, it goes a long way to not feeling deprived of your creativity, from not feeling like every minute of your life is a have to. I have to go get the groceries. I have to put the groceries away. I have to cut the grass. I have to poop scoop. Not in that order. I have to do. This is a wanna do. And sometimes our days and our weeks are just filled with so many have to do's that it gets feeling kind of crappy. I've also thrown some backgrounds in on my, ooh, those clash on my little, I took a couple pages out from my round journal. I had a particularly frustrating 2-hour phone call that was a total waste of time. And this was the result of that. That just gave me a little creative outlet. This, if you haven't seen it, is one of my challenge pages from my little round journal, because I cut up some old watercolor that I had used some markers on, and whoo, they bright. So I put them in my new little journal as challenge pages. What am I going to do with it? Well, I have plans for this. That'll be in another video, but this was another, it's a very small little canvas to fill, right? A little space to deal with. So this little round journal is awesome for that kind of thing. I threw in a couple other backgrounds. I'll wonder what I did with them. In cleaning up after doing these, so I put out just the tiniest little bit of paint because it's a tiny little notebook. I put out tiny little bits of paint, but there's always a little bit left over, just tiny. And so I have been continuing on making my beautiful index cards. Look how fun these are. That just makes me feel better. The other thing with these index cards too, they have, like I said, before 1,000 times, yeah, there's another one. There's another one. I knew I did a couple. So when I do the index cards, I have to lay them out here and just let them dry. I don't hit them with a dryer. I let them dry naturally. So as much of the natural movement is left to do its thing. I throw water at them just before I leave, and I throw salt on them at just the right times, and get all kinds of different textures and looks and whatnot. By the way, I was, last time I had time, the scheduled video to record was making these and these. But that morning, I woke up and Natasha at Treasure Books did exactly this. She made her own alcohol sprays, and then she got out the photo paper and did exactly this. And I thought, well, the reason I was going to do it is because no one had done it yet. I hadn't seen it anywhere, and they're so much fun to do. I may still do my own version of it because I have a couple different things to do that she didn't do. So I will still make it. But it's so bizarre how the universe is at play all the time with this stuff. So I talked to my friend Leanne, and she said, well, make yours anyway. And I said, I'm gonna. But then life said, no, you're not. No videos today. No, you're not getting in the craft room. Not for any period of time anyway. And a couple days later, Carrie Griffiths, Carrie the Crafter, he did backgrounds. So again, I don't like to do what's already been done, but I do like to give my spin on it. So I'll watch his and see what I may do different, and then put together my own video of my own take on it. Or not, because then I just feel like a copycat, but I at least own it. I am totally copying Carrie at Mixed Media Arts with her round journal and her painting and some of her bold strokes, and even this is sort of a studio vlog, kind of, which I've not really done before. I've done a craft and chat, or excuse me, clean and chat, which seems to be a real popular idea, but I've not done like a vlog, which this kind of feels like a vlog. Just a tiny little thing, just a little snippet, a quick dip, if you will, if you don't have time, and if you have a place where you can set up the tiniest little thing, even if it's just a couple ink pens and a little doodle pad. Do something every day that feels fun. Because some days, wow, you know, some days. I'm, again, not sure what I'm going to do with this. I've just enjoyed painting the pages and making them different and fun. I was thinking doodling cat hand style, get out my new Posca pens, which I haven't really used much since I got them, and just doodle and stamp, and then at the end, put on some really cool quotes, dip into my words to live by, alternative to small talk things that I've been making, or my collection, my little words collection that I've been pulling out of magazines for years, and just find fun quotes and throw it in sort of as a glue book, kind of, a doodle pages. I don't know. Any ideas? Any suggestions? Would love to hear them. What are your tricks to getting craft time in on your busiest of days or busiest of weeks? I'd love to know that, because we could all use a little help in that area. For now, I'm going to do, because this page is dry, and I might as well, if you want to watch, fine and dandy. If not, all I'm going to do is throw some paint around. You've seen that. People do that 1,000 times, so you don't need me to show you how to do it. But I'm just going to do this one because these others were dry and this is ready and I'm in here. So I'm just going to do it. Move my goodies because I get messy. Not a neat crafter. So let's see. I decided I was going to use this bright green, and I didn't use yellow and green. I used yellow and blue here. So I want to pull that blue, and I want to use that purple. I had already set it out. Again, trying to make the decision process quicker and easier. Not only am I messy, I can't craft one-handed. Oh, how do you get anything done? Not being able to craft one-handed. Paint. And I've done these all different ways. I've put paint here on the page and smushed them together. I have put it on with a palette knife, scraped it about, just cleaned that blue off on my unwasted paint notebook over there behind me, and purple. So, let's see. My brush is still damp from the last smush around. I think I want these colors to mix. Sometimes I do them in steps. I do one first and then the other, so they don't mix. And just move that paint around. I try to get different strokes so they don't all look the same. And I'm trying to have not a lot of white paper left. I don't know why. These are just silly little rules, but those are the things that I'm striving for. This one's pretty easy. There's not a lot of cleanup because I put the paint right here on the page. So I don't have anything to make index cards with and barely anything to put in my little notebook of unwasted paint. There's a little bit left on that cap, and there's too much purple here, so I'm just going to add some more. Who says there's too much purple? I did. I didn't like it. I think that's the beauty of coming into the craft room, because you get to make the rules or break them or decide there aren't any or whatever. Oh, now there's extra paint. Look at that. I just wanted to drop. You know. Oh, look. Now there's blue there. That's fine. Just enough. So I'm going to, because you can see I'm kind of dry brushing here, I'm going to wet my brush just a teeny bit, like a couple of drops. Get some of that paint off there. And then take the rest, my little damp brush, and just clean that off on my notebook. You know, probably white walls and white pillows. Not a good idea in the crafter. It's what I had. It's alright. Clean that brush off. And then clean the rest off on a rag. That way I don't have to leave the room to clean my brush. My brush is ready. It'll be damp for the next page. It is Today I'm home all day, so I can come in here several times and play. But that's it. I don't know how long that took. I'll take a look at my timer here and put it up on the screen. Probably 5 minutes. So there's always room in the calendar, in the daily plan for a few minutes of crafting. Tear apart some magazines. Put one magazine in a basket next to it and just tear stuff out for a few minutes. That's incredibly stress relieving. Tearing stuff up. Beautiful. Takes no time, and you can stop and start because you're not gluing and you're not painting. You can stop and start pretty easy. Pen and ink and doodles. Favorite stamp and some napkins. Keep collecting napkins from fast food places, and my mom brings me leftovers all the time from potlucks and stuff that she goes to. Get out your favorite stamp and stamp away. Then you can use this in collage. You can use this as cluster toppers. You can, and again, very therapeutic. Stamping napkins. So if you have a favorite stamp and a stamp pad, take a couple minutes out of your busy, busy day and stamp away. Tear up pages for collage, tear up paper, glue some things together to make this little composition book here that I'm working on. I have to glue 3 pages together. So get out a glue stick and a little notebook or a big notebook. Glue a few pages together. Easy peasy. Once I start this, I can almost never stop. So anyway, again, something you can do in little to no time and feel that at least part of your day was your own. That is all I have for you today. I gotta get back to my stuff, back to my business, and do some other things. But there's always some little project that you can do that will get you in your craft room or craft corner or at your craft table and feeling crafty. And that always makes the day a little bit better. And as the beautiful Donna said in one of my previous videos, doing this kind of stuff not only taps different parts of our brain, but it lets the other parts of our brain that we use every day for planning and computer work and work and family and all, it lets that part of our brain relax a little bit. And who couldn't use more of that? I hope you're having a lovely, lovely crafty day. Even if it's just a few minutes today, go love up your beastlies. Mate at the lake. Out for now. So I got all these cool colors out here to do a real fun project that I saw on YouTube. Here's what happens when you don't watch the whole video. It did not go well at all. What a mess I made. Oh my God. I don't know why I didn't stop when it got stupid. I just kept going. I was just hell-bent for leather. I was going to do it. I even had to glue my first page back in because it just went sideways for me fast. Watch the whole video. Don't just skip to the juicy parts because you might miss something important. Just saying.